Hey guys, and welcome to the shop. Different shop today. I'm actually in my dad's building, and it is kind of the lair of Chevy trucks. As you guys can see, a lot of cool projects in here. This is one that he calls Salt Lick, and he actually has on his channel. Check out Craig Kiefer on YouTube. That's the name of his channel. He does music, and sometimes he works on his old truck here. And as you can tell, he's really got a liking for these things. So maybe one day we'll check some more of that out on this channel. But today I want to introduce you guys to the new project in the shop. It is sitting right there. It's really cool, and y'all are going to want to check it out. Welcome to the Kiefer's Hot Rod Shop YouTube channel. I'm Nick Kiefer. Hey guys, and welcome back. Well, as promised, let's check this beauty out. This beautiful 68 Chevelle is actually owned by a fellow viewer, and he saw the work I did on the Nova and got in contact with me a few months ago, and he said he wanted a roll cage in his Chevelle, and then he sent me some pictures of the car, and I was like, man, I have got to work on that beautiful car. This thing's gorgeous. And also he taught me the difference between a 68 and a 69 Chevelle, and I did not know about the taillights, so a lot of you guys might know, but this is what 68 taillights look like. They're really cool and kind of sleek looking. They're shorter. The 69s are the ones that go up on the sides, and I didn't know that, but he clarified it, and it's one of those things, you learn something every day. But I'm really excited to be working on this car. We've been talking about this for a while, and obviously we've talked in person a few times now, and we're sorting out the details of what kind of cage is going in this thing, but it's going to be at least an 850 cage. We talked about doing some like funny car hoop, or maybe even a 25.5 or something like this. It's just a really super clean car. It's just got a race seat sitting in it right now. Those guys actually came over and pulled out the windshield and pulled the dash pad off and everything, so it's super awesome. They've been really helpful getting this car ready for me to just stuff full of tubes. So this is going to be a really cool project, and I hope you guys are looking forward to it. It's going to be a little break from the Nova. I will be working on the Nova off and on, and obviously have some funny car tubes to put in that thing. But right now I'm going to start putting some tubes in this car. Just going to give it a really nice, clean, tight-fitting cage. The car already has a headliner in it. It's got a beautiful one-piece TMI headliner, and so that's daunting at the same time as being helpful, so that I can measure everything out and fit the main hoop in there. just to fit it perfectly. It's going to be a really cool drag and drive car. He's planning to street drive it as well as do a lot of drag racing with it. He's done a lot of drag racing in the past, had a beautiful 70.5 Camaro, a bunch of other stuff. He's driven a lot of cars, so he's chomping at the bit to go fast again, and this is going to be an awesome car to do it in. He's got a turbo LS platform planned for this thing. This car is a stock suspension car, meaning that it uses the original style triangulated 4-link suspension. It's set up with all the goodies. It's got some nice AFCO shocks and a nice Moser axle housing, which I really like, and an anti-roll bar and all that sort of stuff. Set up with double bead locks in the rear. It's definitely got it where it counts. This thing's going to be super cool. I've already kind of started pulling stuff apart here. He's got a nice aluminum firewall under the interior piece that sits here. This is something he's going to kind of bring down to the rest of this firewall area. So if you didn't know, if you've got your fuel cell in the trunk, you need to have a firewall separating the trunk from the cab area. But this thing's going to be really nice. Really excited to stick a really nice tight fitting cage in this, and this thing's going to be a really fun project to follow along with for you guys and for me to do. It's a little bit different than doing a unibody like the Nova. The Nova is a full chassis car basically, even though it uses stock front suspension, but Novas and Fox bodies and stuff like that are unibody cars, whereas these A bodies have an actual chassis that the body sits on. So I'm going to be going through the floor, attaching the roll cage to that chassis, so you guys will kind of get to see the variation in roll cage style with this as compared to a lot of the popular unibody cars. But can't wait for you guys to follow along. I'm going to start on this really soon. The next step I actually have kind of marked out in the floor here. So the first thing I need to do is go ahead, I'm going to cut some spots out of the floor down to the factory frame, which like on G bodies the frame is kind of in this area, but on these older A bodies the frame actually kind of rides inside of this rocker box. You can kind of see maybe how that all goes. The frame has been beautifully done in this car. It's painted up and braced, and it's got all sorts of tubing triangulating it and all that, so it's going to be nice to tie into that, and we'll check that out in the kind of the first build video, this being the intro. Hopefully that'll be coming pretty soon, and hoping you guys are looking forward to that coming out. But this is just kind of the project introduction, if you will. So tune in for what's to come. But this thing's awesome. Can't wait to get started on it here really soon, and I'll definitely take you guys along for the ride. Appreciate you watching, liking, and subscribing. Leave a comment, and we'll see you later. Take care.